Hi, guys, welcome to our No Dirty Whites podcast. This is technically the second episode, but for now, it will be published as the first one because the original first one is 30 minutes long. And since I'm also a bully, I really just want to keep these things 10 minutes, like literally 10 minutes, bite size, until I'm in a position where I'm confident at my personal capacity. I'm confident enough to talk for like a full on 30 minutes. So welcome my favorite person. I'm Miss Molefe. I'm Miss Molefe, former cricket administrator somewhere in a voluntary capacity. And I'd like us to welcome my favorite person, 4-6 out blogger. Hello, how are you, my guy?
Hey, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm relearning to be sober. And when I say sober, I don't mean inebriated or anything like that. I just mean to be mentally present um, and audible. So, what are we talking about today for our first, second, 10-minute powwow?
There's a lot happening here. Maybe we should talk about the fact that Great South Africa has released, or well, has told us that there will be a professional women's domestic teams league.
Oh, I
Women's domestic
saw
league.
that. That was a press conference on Tuesday, right?
Yes, yes. So
Nice.
steps to the forward direction. We should give props where it's due. Well done. They're the first ones to do that in the country. So hopefully other sports federation will actually consider women to be actually professional.
Wait, are you telling me that rugby has not yet considered women in the professional rugby space?
Um, Women's rugby in South Africa is still quite far.
Okay. Yikes.
So
Kind of like it, but okay.
it's still quite far
Okay.
in terms of even being up there amongst the best. I think had you asked me about soccer, then it would be a better conversation.
I don't want to talk about soccer yet.
No, I'm just saying it would have been a better conversation.
Okay, my bad.
Um,
Yes, carry on. Sorry.
yes, yes.
Cricket
So
essay.
yes, so well done to them. In that
Congratulations,
respect,
CSA, on a milestone.
yeah. Yes. So 6 teams. Each team will have 11 people contracted to have
Really?
a monthly salary. Um,
So you're saying
so that's
women in the
66
country.
women will have. That's on top of the fact that there's about 15, I think, from CSA that get. Those are contracted with the Proteas team.
Oh.
So we say 66 plus 15, that will be whatever amount it is.
Yeah. You guys can actually just leave a comment on calculations at the bottom. But I think that's really positive news in the sense of a woman can earn a monthly salary from cricket,
From playing the game.
from playing the game.
You don't have to be an administrator. You don't have to be in business marketing. In terms of sport, you can actually play the game and
Oh man.
get paid. But obviously, it will take time before they get paid probably the same amount as the men, because I think what they said is the best woman will probably the the women will get paid around about the same amount as the men in Division 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that is still something's always better than nothing.
So this is basically what you would then deem a work in progress,
It is
where
a work in
it's
progress.
a step has been taken for the advancement of women's cricket to such an extent that right now in its infancy stages, we're just getting the better version of breadcrumbs, basically like a crust.
Yes, but let's not
Okay.
call it breadcrumbs, because I also do believe that right now
Mm-hmm.
maybe a part of an unpopular conversation that women don't want to hear is the other part of the game, which is the commercial part of it,
mm.
where it needs to, I won't say match up,
Improve.
but it needs to improve.
Okay.
But the only way for it also to improve, or maybe to be fast track, like these situations that's happening now will fast track it there.
Mm-hmm.
But in order for them to improve and all of that is South Africa South African business also needs to step up and invest.
Mm-hmm. So, in terms of the South African businesses, my elementary knowledge, um, when it comes to women's cricket is that right now, the most spoken about partner or collaborator to women's cricket development is Momentum.
I don't want to talk about momentum. Let's just keep it with the fact that it's government and it's government.
Okay.
Let's not talk about momentum because I have my own.
Qualms there.
It's a
So
rabbit hole.
here's the thing. Okay, I want us to get into this rabbit hole at some point. But for now, yes, we can definitely park Momentum. But you did say the reason I spoke about Momentum is because you did say South African businesses need to be involved. So
Yes.
the business that I'm aware of is currently the most spoken about is definitely that business. But as we park that for another conversation,
Let's put it in part two.
okay,
Have this conversation, part two, then we talk about some of the commercial aspects that have actually happened within women's sport, I would say. Yeah.
okay. So
What can they do better?
we'll do that as part two official type of thing,
Or
guys. As I said earlier, we do have a podcast part one that I'm struggling to publish because it's so long.
well, I'm talking about part two for this.
Okay, so it's part two for this. Got it. Yes, I do get the gist of government stepping up for women's sport. I do get the gist of local businesses stepping up for women's sport. But what do you think is the process that will fall in alignment to this news in order for brands, South African brands or international brands, and government to take the lead or step up or move forward?
I think
Because I know government is involved in this announcement
yes.
as well.
I think to move it forward, I think the key thing is when it comes to the so-called mother body of cricket.
Mm-hmm.
They're speaking about at some point having SA 20 for women. That will be great. But the marketing department, there needs to be people who market women's cricket who understand. No, let me not say market. There needs to be people who package women's cricket that understands women's cricket, not people who just speak for the sake of speaking. People who actually take their time to watch it or to do their research.
That's
True.
true.
So even just because you're a coach,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't necessarily mean you take your time. Just because you played men's cricket before, doesn't necessarily mean it's when it comes to women's cricket in South Africa, because it's not on TV. You need to actually do your research. And it's out, even if it's on TV, it's still hours and hours of watching. Like right now, each and every province is working towards making sure that they have an under 19 team that will compete in the CSA National Under 19 Week.
So, because we're running out of time,
Best players are there.
okay, because we're running out of time, we're definitely gonna make 2 or 3 more parts of this. But would you say that in order to get to where we need to for women's cricket, we need to build more on the viewership, accessibility, and provision for women's cricket?
Yes.
Okay. I endorse that, and I think accessibility is very important. Access to women's sport is very important.
And that's a topic on its own.
Okay, guys. So everything seems to be a topic on its own. You will have an article below this podcast to cover what we spoke about in terms of women's cricket and the news that was announced this week. Until we get to a point, bear with us for this 10-minute insert of content. Do you have anything that you want to say?
No. Um, just that 66 women will get paid, and those teams from those teams are Western Province, Lions, Titans, Free State, Garden Route Badgers, and KZ Dolphins.
Okay. So, guys, please do check out 46out .wordpress.com for the article regarding the announcement this week. And please keep in tune with our YouTube podcast. We're probably going to be on Spotify very soon. Not sure, guys. Everything's up in the air until it's not. So have a good weekend, and I will probably post something on Sunday as well.